Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man, hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Want to take the time out to say thank you guys so much for the support, man. I appreciate it. Continue to hit me up on Instagram. Continue to do what you guys have been doing for supporting the channel, man. I can say nothing more but thank you, and I appreciate it. Alright, man, so let's talk about it. Russell Westbrook may be on the move, guys. Russ may be on the move. There's a couple teams that are interested. The New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Clippers are the two favorites right now to land the service of one Russell Westbrook. Alright, so let's talk about the Knicks first of all. Actually, I gotta be honest. I think Russ would fit in the Knicks. I think the Knicks got a few pieces. And Russ is one of those people that, you know, he's a great fit for an underdog team. Like, because when you remember him in OKC, it was like, it's him and the city root for it. It didn't feel like they was going, when it was just him. I'm talking post Harden and post Durant. You didn't feel like the team was going anywhere, but they rooted for him so hard. He played so hard for him, and he was like their guy. And you rooted for that. It was a great story. Same thing if I feel like if he went to New York. Now, New York got some pieces, though. New York got some pieces. But you bring that in. He's a guy that you love to watch him play. Let's be honest. You love to watch Russ play because you know Russ is not going to cheat the game. That if you say nothing, sometimes he's too much. Yep, sometimes he does too much. Sometimes it's out of character. Sometimes it's to his detriment because he fire up the other team so much that, you know, I feel like it's caused him a couple games, but it's who he is. He's relentless. He's hard working. He's determined. He's fearless. You love him for that. You love Russ for that, man. You send him to a place like New York. And the pieces they got there, you're like, man, that could work. That could work. You know, at least I'm not gonna say it's gonna championship level work, but it can put New York back on the map, the Knicks back on the map in a sense. Because I already think they're trending the right way. It just, you know, and I don't want to get into their ownership and all of that, man. I don't want to do that. But anyway, I think that could work. Now, the other side of this coin. The Los Angeles Clippers. I don't see this one. I'm going to be honest. I don't see it going. I don't see it working because one of the very things that, you know, Kawhi complained about said we need a true point guard. Well, I don't see Russ as a true point guard. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he can get his assists and, you know, yeah, he can get some buckets and he's fearless and all of that. But I don't see that really working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see him coming to the Clippers and really taking them up a notch, right? Like, I don't see him being a improving factor. You know, I'm such a fan of Russ. I'll be honest. I'll be straight up. I was like, you know, when Kobe originally retired, I was like, Russ my favorite player. I just love the way he played. Hold on 1 second. I was like, I just love the way he played. So I went on to after you know, watching Russ and being such a fan, and then when you think about him playing for the Clippers, I'm like, that dynamic don't fit to me. Now, I get it, because when you think of him along with it, well, we don't know what Trey is going to be, but a Patrick Beverly, and that's another thing. How him and Pat going to get along, because we know them rivalries. It seems like they've kind of patched it up a little bit, but we know that rivalry right there, so that's one thing. And then will he take Pat's place? That could be a whole nother problem. I just don't see it working just on the court. But now logistically, I definitely don't see it working. Because it's nothing that the Clippers have to offer that Houston's going to see attractive enough to get rid of Russ. Number one reason being Harden like Russ. Harden and Russ are friends. They're like best friends. So last thing you want to do is upset your franchise player by getting rid of someone that he wants to play with, even though it don't seem like it work at times. Especially when you just change coaches and you got so many different things going on with that franchise. You know, you don't want to now uproot or upset the star, so to say, in James Harden. And I don't see nothing. I really don't see, because you got to remember, the Clippers mortgaged their future for Paul George. So in order to get Russell Westbrook, you're gonna have to give something. You're gonna have to probably move Paul George. I don't know, unless the Rockets have hit the point where they're like, this ain't working. We're gonna move on. We're gonna try a different style. Here, you guys can take him for some pick of whatever picks you have. Yeah, I don't. And then you talking about Russ, PG, Kawhi. I mean, it. I don't see it working, like chemistry wise. I just don't. I don't see it working. But hey, you never know. It could. I don't see that trade possibility likely. I think the New York may have some assets that they could trade for Russ. But let's say the Clippers trade for Russell Westbrook went through. Does that put them? Does that elevate them? That's the question. Does it elevate them? I'm trying to think. Which area would it elevate them? Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess you could say he if you had to choose Patrick Beverly or Russell Westbrook, you'll take Russell Westbrook. So that's an upgrade there. So I guess it could be a bit of an upgrade, but the dynamic itself will be interesting. But hey, you never know, man. Sometimes things don't look right on paper, and then they work out in the end, and you be like, wow, I didn't see that happening. But hey, so that's the latest, guys. Russell Westbrook on the move, possibly to the New York Knicks or the Los Angeles Clippers. I got a feeling the Clippers, along with the Lakers, they're going to be in a lot of these talks and conversations going on. So stick around, man. Y'all know I'm going to keep you updated with the latest and greatest, the fresh and the hottest. With that being said, until next time, man, you guys be great, stay safe, and I love you to pieces.